Alright, now this is a brute. They call these brutes. There we go. They're lawnmowers sold by Walmart. Of course, they're a cheaper model of an expensive thing, right? Right away, somebody's gotten frustrated and chopped off the drive for the wheels. So that could tell us that something's wrong with the front wheel drive. And I'm pretty freaked out about the way those handlebars are kinked, although they look, well, no, the other side is straight. Look at that. The front one goes down and up, and the other side is straight. So we've got to straighten that. Okay, there's no air filter, that's okay. So let's just see if it's got a little bit of go in the schmo. We'll fill that intake manifold up with 2-stroke fuel. I got to be able to reach it. Uh-oh. Stuck valve. Intake valve stuck open. Let's just get her some oxygen. Try that. Yeah, that's better. Oh, let's test it. I'm just testing for a tingle, eh? Oh, there's a tingle there. I've seen a lot of these that go bad. Maybe, baby. Will be true. You'll be true. Ah, Vengeance on. It's not happening. Well, now it's getting fun. I don't think it has any compression. I think we got a valve problem. Might have to take the muffler off and see if we have valve movement. Well, now it's getting fun now. And if it doesn't go, we've got lots of good parts on this guy. But I don't think the exhaust valve is closing. And it might just be something simple, or it might be something horrible. Perfect. Now we're going to, in here, flathead design, the valves are in the block, not in the head. To me it feels like the exhaust valve is not moving. And that's the one down here. No, it is. Maybe it's not sealing. Okay, so the valves sound wacky, something doesn't sound right. Might be a timing issue, or it might be a valve stuck open, but I don't think so. I saw both valves moving in the valve chamber. Now this has got all of this stuff here is not that. It's for the automatic choke to open and close, and it just pushes this lever back and forth, right, over to the other side. Oh, take the screwdriver out. And then there's your open and close choke there. You see that right there? Cool, eh? So now I'm going to just investigate at what point in time the piston is at top dead center. So there's our magnet somewhere around top dead center. We should, right there. Yeah, we're on. But I'm not getting a closing valve. Oh, I don't want to take the head gasket out. Oh, I want to take the head gasket out. Okay, let's take that head gasket out. Okay, so this bracket comes off. That's an oddball, but we know that. I wonder if the rest of them are the same length. No, they're not. So what I usually do in this situation then, there's more than 6 though. Should we go this way? Yes. Let's just loosen them off. We got this weirdo up in the upper left, right? The quantums are sure a lot bigger than the Oops. That'll do. They're all the same length anyway. Ooh, we might get this head off. It feels good. Oh, I'd say that head gasket's almost as good as new. It's in this happy little head right here. Come on! Okay, what's wrong with you? Motor? No, yeah, that's the intake there. Intake. Oh, it's all backwards. It's exactly out of... Right? We turn this way. We turn clockwise. I'm sure of that. No, it's 180 degrees out. Okay, guys. The way it should happen. Let's find the power stroke first. Okay, well, it isn't really a power stroke. Intake, suction. Okay, that's the explosion. Boom. And then you get the valve kick there. And the intake's opening when the piston's coming up. So it's 180 degrees out. Well, I don't know if this is my lucky day or not. But this is the one out of a Craftsman Quantum as well. I think that they must have different runs at the factory because I've seen these in steel, I've seen them in green plastic, and I've seen them in black plastic. And usually they have a white plastic on here. So I think I'm going to give it a try. Have I got a gasket, first of all? Oh, it's a 3.5 horse. Too bad. Very little carbon in this head. So I just wiped it out, right? Wipe the edges. The head gasket's still on this piece, and I'm going to pop the head back on. Although I wanted to show you something, in case you guys were just unsure. Okay, so piston's at top dead center. I've got a valve open. That's wrong. We'll come around, and there's the intake valve opening now, and even at top dead center, which is right there, the valve is still open a little bit. And then it closes there afterwards. You see that? Isn't that interesting? Okay, you guys should be able to watch this engine coming out. The blade first. Number one. Now there should be a good nick in this blade somewhere. Yeah, right there. Oops, sorry. Now, the blade, I gotta take the keepers off for the blade. Might just be able to loosen those. Might go clunk on the other side, but that's okay. There we go, we got her. We'll just carry this up to the bench and you guys can come with me out there. Oh. This old mower's got some gas in it, so we're going to drain that right off the bat. The oil is gone, mostly. Of course, there's always a drip or two. Let's see what we do here. See how old Bruce does with the gas. Looks like pretty good gas. Somebody gave it a valiant effort. Carburetor's dripping a little. That's alright. Good. Okay, that gas has got water in it. Even though it's new, so there must have been some water in the tank when they put... Yes, it's got a little bit of water right in the bottom there. Alright. So now, because we have a relatively flat surface to work on, I should be able to just get a couple of pieces of wood and support this and get the bottom off. That'll work. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3/8 to get that sump off. I'm just going to loosen them. They're 3/8. And then we'll come back. Oh, I guess I'll just leave the camera roll. Advice of an old YouTuber: let the camera roll. Oh, I think that's in pretty good shape. Well, just do a little sand job on that. 220, 221, whatever it takes. 320. This is just so we don't hurt the seal. We know the seal's okay because it's been sitting for 2 years without leaking, right? Okay, let's go to town. Every time I go to town, the boys keep kicking my dog around. Ain't no difference if he is a hound. He's gotta stop kicking my dog around. Oh, oh, yes. Or one is an open and it needs some sort of a Loctite on it, if I'm not mistaken. I've had a few of these off now over the years. There it is. Okay, now we want to try and preserve the gasket. Preservation of the gasket. I'm going to just get another little piece of wood and prop that up to 1.5 more inches. For those of you who didn't know, a 2x4 is 1.5 by 3.5. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Isn't that nice? Should we throw a little more light on the subject? I think so. There. That's much better. Now we're going to try and get that sump off of there without wrecking stuff. Good. Now, when you see the head gasket go from one surface to the other, like it's stuck and then down from one surface, you just have to figure out what side is it's most not stuck on. I would have to say it's about 50-50 on this one. I'm going to turn the whole thing around. Now I can also use gasket. I can also use the existing gasket and then use some gasket cement. Oh, it's coming. Right there, there's my, that's where it tore. We'll get that off after. There we go. It's fair. We'll use gasket. So there's the sump. It's not full of anything crazy. Now, the Holy Grail. Well, look at that. Okay, this is the governor. It spins and that pin goes in and out right there, and that's what activates your governor on that lever right here. It doesn't move much. That should come out. Oh yeah, it's just flipping in there. So I'm going to have to get that out of there with just a small amount of force. There it is. Okay, let's just push this engine to the back and have a look at this. This, and it might even be this that's stripped out, eh? Ah, there it is. There's our problem. The cam lobe on the main crankshaft gear is broken right off. Okay, so this gear is okay. So what I'm looking at now is this is the one that I got from the shed. You'll see that lobe. I know it's all plastic. Don't complain about that. That's not my fault. I don't like it though. That lobe plastic's from the shed. This one is from the machine, and you can see that it's almost broken right off. In fact, it's spinning right. Oh, my camera. Right there. That is spinning in there. Where the new one won't, I bet. We'll have this back together in no time. Except I don't have a gasket. I've made these gaskets before. Okay. Keep them apart. This is the same thing. This is the new one. And this is the old one. The new one has a better cog. There, just like that. It sticks tight. Isn't that something? And the old one? Ah, okay. There's the profile on the new one. And you'll see the profile on the old one is dug right out. That's the new one. And that's the old one. It's rounded right off. You know what? I think the plastic gear is okay. Okay, here we go. Again, demo time. It's demo time. Okay, so I'm going to use the whole new set. The old set is kind of a matched set. I'm going to definitely going to keep this because there doesn't appear to be any visual damage on it. And this one might just be a demo. I have another one of these laying around. So yes, so first of all the cog goes in because this won't, the cog, you can't get this backwards. This goes on first, like that, and then the thrust washer. I would call that a thrust washer. Maybe I'm wrong. Does it matter? I got it in the right spot. We have to find the timing mark. And they both go together. Right there. Just like that. Yes, we have valve movement. And valve movement. And we want to go to top dead center now. And we are at top dead center. I think it looks good. I'll be right back. I just have to get some stuff. You guys aren't going to like it. So let's just have a little fun to see if we can watch those valves work. Okay, so intake, no valves moving, right? Compression. Power. And we should see, the next one should be the valve going up on the exhaust right there. See that? Valve comes down. And then right after that, the intake valve should open, which it does down there. Where are we? Right there, the bottom one. And then we're at top dead center. Right. I gotta go counterclockwise because this is from the bottom of the shaft, right? Right there, top dead center. Yeehaw! Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm going to clean off this gasket. It's just too nasty. And I'm going to use high quality gasket material. Guys do it all the time. I just have to make sure I don't get any into the engine, right? that. I'll use air to clean that out after. So I got a half an hour's worth of work to do here. Okay, it's the sump's turn. Now I'm using hardly just more than the weight of the tool because this stuff's been glued down before. Or something. Not sure. Now when you're doing this, don't go like that. Always use a flat spot, the way it was milled in the first place. Right? Now we are almost there, right? Now we're just going to wipe that up. Okay, we're almost there. It's looking really, really, really good. It's probably smoother than it was from the factory. But now what I'm doing is just making sure that, see that little black spot down there? That those are little tiny pieces of gasket. I don't think they would ruin anything, but I'm just using my hemostat slash ply. There, I got it right there. Okay, the instructions said to leave about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around, making sure to not get silicone into the moving parts. I think that's pretty close. It says to do only one side only. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skin a layer on this side just to make sure in case I gouged it with a chisel or something. Alright, let's marry them. I, Bruce Pender, pronounce thee. Oh, I hope that's enough. I don't have much on there. I think everything's in there. I checked the timing. Here we go. Let's just put a tiny bit of oil on that shaft. Lubricate the seal a little bit, eh? Governor is lined right up. We don't even know if this thing runs as far as the carburetor is concerned, right? But you can't check and see if it runs if you can't turn the motor over. Okay, here we are. So now I'm just going to put the bolts in. 1, 2, 3. They're all the same. I think there's a different Briggs motor that has the open hole. So let's do this. 1, 2. Cross pattern, of course. Finger tight for half an hour. 1. I'm going to just clean off that edge. Okay, how tight are we? You know me, I gotta play. Oh yeah. I call that finger tight. Right on. That's just too fun, isn't it? I never did clean this plug. So now I'm going to start doing a few chores, and I think I got some other stuff while this sits here and perks. Okay, so 11.6 foot-pounds for these sump bolts. So I'm going to start out at 10, and then we'll go to 15. Actually, she's an old machine.
Leftover pasta, peanut butter sandwich.
Leftover pasta would be great, unless you want to use that for supper. Okay, so while that motor sits there and is waiting to be finished up, I'm working on the deck. I've got a new cable that I got from an old mower. Can you believe that? Look at that. It's a beautiful thing. Now we're going to put the belt on. And the belt keep, whoops, sorry, we're going to put the belt on. I'm looking at it, you're not. Put the belt on and the belt keepers. And we'll be ready for mounting the mower on this deck. So, keeper. Peter, pumpkin eater. Had a wife and couldn't keep her. Are we allowed to do stuff like that anymore? It sounds kind of sinister to me. Alright, so I got the cable there. I'll squeeze it. See that? And I got the cable guard on. Put the engine on. I think you might have seen some of that, maybe not. Just exactly the opposite of the procedure you saw earlier. And now all I have left to do, we are starting to run out of parts, guys. Okay, air filter not important right now. Shroud, and do you think I should go all the way? Yes. Let's go all the way. So now we're going to put those two pieces on with similar screws, because that was originally riveted in some strange way. And these two screws are slightly bigger. Oh yes, but much to my sadness I have to fix this. I'll find something. This is the brake. It's going to go up to the non-existent handle up here. So we'll find something for that. Alright guys, today I think we're going to fire the Brute 6.75 up. Now, a lot of things happened. Remember, it came in and the throttle cable, or the drive action cable was cut. Let's see what else was. Oh yes, the gear was broken. The drive gear for the camshaft was broken. It had no air filter, no air filter housing. There was lots wrong with it. It had no stop cable. I've just got this one set so I can maybe adjust it if I have to before I cut this. Had no bag. It was in pretty rough shape. Okay, that's better than I thought I was going to do. I just have to turn down the RPMs just a little bit. $31.50. Perfect.